I do it here. What's up, guys? What's going on? What's Gucci? What's poppin'? Today's Monday when I'm making this video. It's been a while since I've made a video, but this video is gonna be about how I won Airman of the Month. Alright, so anyone that are interested to know how I got to that point, stay tuned and keep watching this video and you'll find out how. Okay, so basically it all started with me being a holdover, which is a super long story. Basically, I came in BMT in January, graduated March 16th, and I didn't get recycled. And I started tech school like early April, if not a little earlier than April, but it was like around the early numbers of April. And I started tech school with security forces, obviously, the beret, obviously, right? So I went through training. I'm from the old course, if you didn't know that already, if you haven't checked out my other videos. I'm from the old course, and I didn't get washed back either. So from the time that I came into BMT and the time that I finished tech school, I've never been held back. So the only thing that's been keeping me behind basically is my time after graduating. So I graduated tech school June 29th, 2018, and that was like, in this month, in December, it's gonna be 6 months since I've graduated. And since then, I'm still at Lackland. I'm still with the 343rd because of my order situation. Basically, what's going on is my orders aren't ready for me because my security clearance is undetermined. So they're trying to figure all that stuff out. They're behind 5 months on security clearances, so it really is not helping me at all. It's now December 3rd, 2018, and I graduated in June. So yeah, this month is gonna be my 6th month as a holdover, just as a holdover, not even including tech school or anything. It's really sad that I've been here for so long. I feel like it's really been a tough time being away from family for a long time, especially when like you're done with training and all you want to do is just use everything you've learned in tech school and just continue on and go to your base and just do all that stuff, you know, just like everybody else. But it's been really tough, and but I give myself credit because I've been really positive about everything, and I keep my head up and I'm making the best of it as much as I can. Obviously, like, you know, with this Airman of the Month thing, and but it's just been really hard still. But I'm pushing, and somehow I'm still sane. So everything's going okay. Not how I would want it to, but things don't always go as planned in life, and I realized that. I've kind of known that for a while, for a long time, but I know there's a reason why I'm still here, other than like my security clearance thing. I know there's a reason. I know there's a reason why God is like keeping me here, and I'm gonna trust in Him that He knows what He's doing and that He's just doing like the best for me. And someday I'll be able to leave here. It's gone really bad with like the rules and stuff here. Like, they've gotten a lot more strict since like June, obviously, since I graduated. It's been altered, which I can make another video about if you guys are interested, just how like drastic the change has been. It's been a very huge change to like how just things go around here now. And so if you guys want me to make a video about that, I totally can, but I'm not going to talk about that. So basically it all started me being a holdover. So I'm a holdover, grad holdover, meaning I don't have my orders, so I am stuck here until I get my orders. my sergeant that I report to, I've been helping him since he started being in charge of grad holdovers. So he's a sergeant that I report to, excuse me. And I've just been helping him. He's been be able to trust me and like put a lot of weight on me, a lot of responsibilities, and dealing with a lot of airmen all the time, like all the teams that graduate that get to be like, unfortunately get to have to stay here for a while after they graduate. So I've been in charge of every team after me, basically, that's been graduating every week. And it's really tough because I'm dealing with a lot of different personalities from different places, and I'm just one person. And I've had up to like 80 grads at one point. That's like 2 BMT flights. It was crazy. But it's tough that way because like I have to deal with a lot of people all the time. And my sergeant always says like he hates putting up with people too, and like the fact that I put up with them. Like, so basically my sergeant pulled me in one day and said that I'm nominating you to compete for Airman of the Month. And I was like, what? And he was like, yeah, I'm gonna nominate you for Airman of the Month. I wouldn't do this if I didn't think you would win. So you're gonna win. And I was like, Sergeant, I was like so touched like that he would think of me for that. So I was like, thank you so much that he would, do that. And so he was like, yeah. And then another sergeant was there, and he was like more experienced about competing for Airman of the Month, and he was saying that he was gonna help me and prep me, and because he was a sergeant that would like oversee or supervise like interviews for Airman of the Month, so he kind of knew a little bit about it. So I'm gonna prep you. Like every single airman that I've prepped, like they've all won except for one, and like, you got this, Garcia, like I believe in you. And I was like, okay. And I was really happy and really surprised that they were giving me that chance, and it's like, no, yeah, like I'm gonna go for it. And so I studied the handbook, which is the handbook that's given to us in our dorm. So I studied the handbook, I studied the BMTSG, and basically I had like a week to prepare for this interview with I didn't even know what to expect, but I had to prepare for this interview, and that's all I knew. That I need to know my knowledge, and I need to get my uniform, my dress blues ready. So I got all of that done. I was studying, and then they took me to where I was getting interviewed, and I was in my dress blues, and I have clips of this when I was going to do it, so I'll show that to you. So I was in my cute little beret, and just like, I got this. I know my stuff. I get there, and apparently, like, I was gonna be competing against other airmen from other squadrons. So this is the 343rd for security forces, and literally right down the street, there's the 344th, which basically have like all the material management people, all the air crew people, and just like contractors, etc., etc. So they have other airmen down the street. And I was also going against Fort Sam people and I think Medina people at that Medina Air Base. So it's I think it's just 4 bases, like the closest near each other, the ones that they all compete for that month, like those airmen compete for Airman of the Month. And so I was so nervous. I got there. I lint rolled all my uniform, everything, make sure everything was sharp. And my hands, like, I was so nervous to what was gonna happen because I had no idea. I've never done anything like that before. So I see the people that are gonna interview me, and I knew one of the sergeants from past volunteer events or whatever. And he saw me and he was like, Garcia? And I was like, hi, Sergeant. And he was like, oh, Garcia, you better not mess up. And I was like, yay. Like, I felt like I had some pressure, especially because I knew him. But I was like, okay, it's fine. I'm not even thinking about it. I'm just going to go, So there was an airman from the 344th, and I've known him before because we bumped into each other before when we've done events together. volunteer events, and he was such a great airman. Like, and that's when I realized that I might be like a really good airman compared to a lot of the airmen here. But once you get put into a competition, when you have to compete against other like great airmen just like you, it's like you're a great airman too. Like, this is crazy. Like, wow, like you're a great airman, I'm a great airman. Like, now I have to be better than you. Now I can't be just great. I'm gonna have to be greater. I have to be the best. So that kind of hit me while I was there, but because he was a really good airman, and but so I, interviewed. I did my knock thing, and I was reporting to a board basically, but I didn't. The way I said, I kind of messed up like right off the bat in the beginning, because I reported to the board. So I said members of the board, Airman Garcia reports, like at attention, and the sergeant, the one that said that he knew me, he was like, "Are you sure?" And I was like, "Yes, sergeant." And he was like, "Are you sure?" And I was like, "Yes, sergeant." Like, I just kept my bearing and I just kept going with my answer, even though like he was questioning me about it. And he was like, "Okay, so when you report to a board, you have to report to the president." And I was like, "Yes, sergeant." And then I said, "Sergeant Smith, Airman Garcia reports." And so I reported in, and he said, "Take a seat." I sat at attention, and they were basically asking me questions. I thought it was gonna be really long, but felt like less than 5 minutes that I was sitting there. But I was sitting in the single chair in front of these sergeants that were going to interview me and watch every little thing I do. Every little thing I do, every little thing I say, and I was just like so nervous. But they asked me questions, and I answered them to the best of my ability. If I didn't know an answer, obviously, "Sergeant, I apologize, I do not know the answer at this time. However, once I find out, I will get back to you." So that's the professional answer to give, and that's the answer I gave. They asked me, I feel like it was like 5 questions they asked me, and they're like, "Okay," and they just told me like to get out, and I got out, did my little like about face and whatever. And then there was the airman from the 344 from the other squadron that I was competing against. He went first, and so I got to see like his after reactions to after his interview, and he was like, "Oh man, like I should have known that one," or whatever. So I was kind of nervous for it to begin with, but he went first. Then after he left, because the sergeant had to leave. Sorry, my grammar. And I stayed behind. Obviously, I was the last one to go to get interviewed. And the sergeant calls me back and is like, "Garcia, I saw something on your EPR, and I would like for you to tell us more about it." And I was like, "Yes, sergeant." And I went in, and he was like, there's like EPR bullets, and basically what they are is like, you're building your resume basically, and every little thing you do you can put as bullets. And so say you helped the Air Force with this program to better the Air Force, better resources, stuff like that. So if you do stuff like that, then you annotate it and you give it to your sergeant. I say, "Sergeant, I've done this, help me with my EPR bullets." And those bullets can help you get BTZ. They can help you like just build your resume in general. And so like LOAs, like being a rope when you get LOAs, just things like that. So he was asking me about an EPR bullet of mine that I go to the BMT squadron every Monday and brief the new BMT, like about to become airmen that are going to be security forces, and I brief them about like what's it like, what's the culture like, what's different about BMT in tech school, and I just answer any of their questions and give them some really good advice that I've been seeing since being 6 months as a holdover, and just like motivating them and mentoring them and just making sure they stay focused and just all that stuff. So they were asking me questions about that, and I just told them like, yeah, I go and I mentor them, I motivate them at 1700 every Monday at the BMT squadron. And he was like, oh, okay. And so then I went home, and that's it. I changed out of blues and typed up the responses from the answers, the questions I didn't know, because I had to get back to them. Like I can't just say that, right? So I had to get back to him and stuff. So I did, and I didn't know the answer of like who was gonna win until later. So the next time I saw the airman from the 344th was at the airman leader meeting when I was trying to get my green rope, and he asked me if I knew anything about, like, if the sergeants have told me anything or something. And I was like, no, I haven't heard anything, even though my sergeant did call me and tell me, hey, I want to be the first to tell you that you won Airman of the Month, but you have to keep it between us. So I wasn't going to tell him, and if he didn't know anything, I wouldn't want to tell him that, oh yeah, I won, and hearing that for the first time from me, the person that beat him. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, no, I haven't heard anything. And he's like, oh, okay. And I got my green rope and everything. That meeting passed, and they still haven't told me if I won or anything officially, because the sergeant did tell me. But they had to officially give me my certificate and all that stuff and all that jazz. So they haven't done that didn't do that for a while. But they finally did, and I got my certificate for Airman of the Month 37 Training Group, presented to Airman First Class Hilary Garcia for the month of October 2018. I know it says for the month of October, but to be completely honest, I didn't get this until very late, and I just came back from leave last week, and I haven't really had time because I came back from leave and I've been doing all my rope duties. So, but this is what the certificate looks like. It says 37 Training Group, Airman of the Month, Airman First Class Hilary Garcia. And there's little writing, and I can read it to you guys. It says, for outstanding achievement as a superior airman on the 37 Training Group team, this is truly an indication of your boundless potential. Your significant achievement reflects great credit and dedication to the mission and the Air Force way of life. This honor was hard fought and designates you as best of the best. You are a shining example of the caliber of airmen needed to maintain our status as the world's best Air Force. Congratulations. And it's signed by the Superintendent, Chief Master Sergeant Ronald L. Richards Jr., and the Commander, Stephen G. Bailey, Colonel. So it's signed right there by Stephen G. Bailey, Colonel, and the Chief Master Sergeant. So I got this lovely thing, and I got it presented to me in front of the squadron, so everyone saw all the teams that were there, and I gave them a little speech that, even if things might not go your way, like me not getting my orders and having to be here half a year after I graduated, that's crazy. I'm still not letting that bring me down, and you just have to make the best out of every situation you have, and that's what I've done here, and that's what I keep doing. So they also gave me this cool little coin thing that they put in this little display, and it's just a coin, and it says, "We build the Air Force, presented for excellence, 37th Training Group, Airman of the Month, Airman First Class Garcia." And then on the back it has all the squadrons that I beat from all the other airmen. It's pretty cool. So yeah guys, so I just made this video so you guys know my story and how I got to be Airman of the Month for the month of October. It's now December, so to recap and just to help you guys, if you guys ever want to be Airman of the Month or something like that, EPR bullets, build your resume, get as many LOAs as you can. Just keep doing that, and not just volunteering for stuff, but the Air Force really wants to see that you're leading. You're leading airmen, oh, Airman Garcia has led this many amounts of airmen, and they love to see that. They love to see airmen that are leading. So if you do that, if you keep being a good airman and don't get caught up with all this little nonsense that everyone else seems to get caught up in, you should be fine. But make sure you're just not staying stagnant. Make sure you're not being average. You have to go above average, and even when you have gotten there, you need to push yourself just a bit more. And that's basically what I've done, and all of it's worked out for me. So I love this. I love that I got Airman of the Month. Then again, I still would love to go home and go to my base. So I hit my year in the Air Force next month in January, and I'm still, you know, here in training technically because I haven't left the 343rd Training Squadron. So I hit my year next month in the Air Force. That's crazy. Crazy that I've hit it, like I'm gonna hit it while I'm still here. And it's not even because I'm hurt. Like I'm not hurt, and it's like it's nothing that's holding me back. It's just my security clearance, because they're 5 months behind on them, and that's it. So please pray for me, guys. I really don't want to be here forever. I know I will leave someday, but I just would love for it to be sooner. And I was really hoping to go home for Christmas and go to my base after, but I don't think that's gonna happen. I'm still gonna go home for Christmas, but I don't want to have to come back here. And it's not like, oh my god, like this place is so awful, I don't want to come back. It's just I'm done with my training. There's nothing else for me here, and I graduated 6 months ago, so all of my training and everything that I've learned is like slowly fading away because it's been so long. And I would hate to show up to my base and have like remember little, you know, while everyone else is just like, you know, they're fresh and they just like got there, and you know what I mean. So please pray for me, guys. I really appreciate it. I'm still gonna be here, so if you guys have any questions at all about anything, please just leave them below. I will try to be more active. I'm just, you know, I just got off work today, and I try to make this video very quickly because I have to eat dinner and then I have accountability and stuff. So, but please, if you guys have any questions at all, let me know. Make sure you guys are watching my other videos. I have one about what's in my Air Force BMT bag for when I went to BMT. I have the Security Forces new tech school course, and my how to become an airman leader video. So make sure you guys check those out. I'll leave the link down below, and that's pretty much it for this video. So thank you so much for watching. I'm sorry it was so long. I'm gonna try to cut it up so it's not as long, but thank you. That's pretty much it. So I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.
Wanna make some noise, really raise my voice. Yeah, I wanna